Alright, so here we are. We're live here on the channel, getting ready to go getting ready to go racing here for the NASCAR Xfinity series. They just did they just had their command to start the engine, so they have gone and gotten that. So they are all they by the end of this commercial break should be on track and rolling. And here we go. We are rocking and rolling ourselves. Here we go. Welcome everybody into the stream. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day. We're getting ready for some good Saturday night short track racing here. And of course, there's the extra dash for cash. I think it's a 50 grand bonus, I think it's 50 grand bonus for might be 100 grand for one of the dash for cash drivers over on this side. So you will have those active lineups. You'll have that running order on the side alongside the active current leaderboard of the top 10, like we normally have for these races. So, yep. It's a pretty good layout, I think. So, we got Cole Custer starting on the pole position. John Hunter Nemechek, the leading dash for cash driver. I don't know why Cole Custer isn't in the dash for cash this week, but because I was looking back at last week's race results, and Custer was the fourth highest finishing Xfinity regular in the race last week, so I don't know why he didn't get the spot. But yep, so John Hunter Nemechek, Sheldon Creed, Parker Retzloff. Excited to see Parker starting up pretty well. Sam Mayer, he got moved out the way for this, for the dash for cash bonus last year at this race. Let's see. We got Josh Berry. He doesn't have to worry about having to drive the Cup car tomorrow because Chase Elliott is back. But yep. So Josh Berry, he's got his sole focus now on this Xfinity Series and the Xfinity Series title, and this is the site of his first win. So maybe he can go and get another one. Sammy Smith, after a disappointing day at Richmond a couple weeks ago, he now comes in. He's starting 7th. Allgaier, another dash for cash guy, starting 8th. 9th, Riley Herbst. He's been surprisingly consistent this year on the season. Brandon Jones has been extremely disappointing, and they are stopped on the racetrack. Why are we stopped on the track? Trying not to lap people, maybe? As they were coming out the pits, maybe? I just don't know why they didn't. Why they're worried about lapping people. But yeah, there we go. They're rolling again now. But yeah, so Chandler Smith, he's your lowest starting of the dash for cash guys. He starts 11th. 12th place is Derek Kraus. He is taking over the number 10 for this weekend's race. Then we have Daniel Hemrick and Ryan Truex, 13th and 14th here. So here we go. I'll pull up a leaderboard for myself. But yeah, I really want to see. I am curious to see if Cole Custer can get something done here, because this really is a race that Custer should be able to shine at. Austin Hill, by the way, is 15th. Figure I'll round out the top 15 there. But yeah, it's a really weird situation there for those drivers. But here we go. Pretty much all set. Trying to make sure we got everything as good as I can. Here we go. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day. Just trying to clean up a couple things here on my desktop, trying to go. Hopefully that should help with clearing up the lag. I don't know why it was lagging so bad, but yeah, we're back and we should hopefully be good to go for the rest of the stream. So here we go. Pre-race pick. I always do this, and pre-race pick. This is always a tough one for me, and I'm really kind of torn. Could go for Chandler Smith for the Colleague Racing 3-peat. Could go Josh Berry for the Dash for Cash and the race win. Could go Nemechek, hoping for a Toyota win. Could go Custer as he's trying to do his kind of revenge tour here to try and get back to the top. Honestly, you know what? I don't know why, but I'm feeling Sheldon Creed here tonight. I don't know why, but I am feeling Sheldon Creed. I'm feeling Sheldon Creed. We're going with it. Sheldon Creed is my pre-race pick. Feel free to let me know what you guys have for pre-race picks. Maybe they're going to be better. Maybe they'll be worse than what I got. But yeah, here we go. So pre-race picks. Anybody got something bold? I know I went kind of random there, but I don't know. I just have a feeling about that number 2 car there from Sheldon Creed. He's starting third, so it's very possible, but we'll have to wait and see, obviously. And, Sheldon Creed to the rear of the field. Okay, maybe I'm a little off on that pick. Sure. But I'm going to stick with it. Sheldon Creed will be my pre-race pick. Sheldon Creed from last to first here. Let's go. I have almost no basis to go off of for that, but we'll go with it. So Sheldon Creed with unapproved adjustments going to the rear of the field. I think I saw Caden Honeycutt also going to the rear of the field. Don't know where he was scheduled to start. Let's see. Honeycutt. Aiden Honeycutt. Where was he scheduled to start? He's in the 70-something. Oh, he was scheduled to start 33rd. I saw he had a really good practice session today. Or yesterday, technically. He had a pretty good practice session there in the truck. Or in the, not in the truck, but in the Xfinity car. He got 12th, I think, in the practice session. So, 12th best lap of the night. But, yeah. So, Sheldon Creed's got a lot stacked up against him now. He was pretty much the only front runner I saw on the list of people going to the rear that they put up there. Riley Herbst starting there, and yep, they've cycled him to the rear of the field. Let's see. Big thing for Sheldon is going to be not getting lapped here early. As we get ready to go, green flag racing. Green. Oh, we're not green yet. I thought we were going green that time by, but I guess not quite yet. Again, feel free to let me know who your guys' picks are. There we go. Pace car is off, and they're getting... Here we go. This time by, they're going green. And they're coming off turn 4 through the Gregco restart zone, and we are green flag racing at Martinsville. Green flag is out. So stage lengths are, we got 60 laps here in stage number 1. So pretty good stage number 1, honestly. I like that length. It's not too long, but it doesn't, to the point where it doesn't envelop the entire race in stage 1. But it also doesn't feel like it's going to be just over in a flash. Although maybe it will be. We'll have to wait and see. So here we go. John Hunter Nemechek already dug in the back bumper of Cole Custer here for the race lead. We're barely 3 laps in here, and right now. Oh, come on, Fox! What are you doing? Why did we cut away from the leader getting dogged by second place? Like, the potential for a bump and run is high. You're not going to find something more exciting than that on the racetrack, especially not this early on. But here we go. You got two Toyotas in behind Cole Custer. He's not going to have a whole lot of help here, although Riley Herbst is on the way. And that's not something I thought we would be saying a lot this year, is that Riley Herbst is going to be near the front to help Cole Custer in some of these dogfight situations. And in fact, honestly, Riley Herbst has been the flagship driver at that team this year thus far. So here we go. And say, there we go. John Hunter Nemechek, he's got the inside position now on Cole Custer. He's got him squared up. He's trying to use the inside line to just kind of crowd Custer off, but so far it has not resulted in a significant gain. And there we go. Custer let John Hunter Nemechek go so that he didn't get piled in on the inside line there for by Sammy Smith. So here we go. Let's see how we're doing. So yeah, Sammy Smith, he won Phoenix earlier this year, so some pretty good short track racing there from the youngster. Had a really don't remember what happened because I didn't really get to see much of the Xfinity race last week, but yeah, so. But yeah, it seems like he had a rough day last week at Richmond, but again, maybe a bounce back performance for Sammy Smith incoming, but yeah, so far the top five is pretty well split between two Toyotas, two Fords, and a Chevy. And then obviously the next three in a row are three Chevys all racing for the Dash for Cash, which is an interesting thing to think about there. So here we go. And say right now it is kind of an accordion like right now between what they're showing on track at least. I'm sure there's better racing. There we go. Brett Moffitt, running in. He's made it to the inside of Derek Kraus here for 14th. That's totally the battle we wanted to see. I mean, at least it was something side by side. But John Hunter Nemechek starting to pull away from Cole Custer. Does Cole Custer just not have it anymore? I mean, when he was in Xfinity back in 2019, he had so much potential and so much speed. Nobody could really touch him, even the other members of the big three in Xfinity. And all of a sudden, now he's back in Xfinity after a couple of bad years in Cup, and he's not able to keep up with the regulars as much. Not completely out to lunch. Clearly, he qualified on the pole. That means something. But, yep, here we go. Brandon Jones looking to the inside on Austin Hill for 11th here. Austin Hill, though, he's won 3 of the 7 races so far in the Xfinity Series season. So, I don't think it's going to be an easy win or an easy spot to get here for Brandon Jones. But, yeah, so right now we're currently 15 laps into this first stage here. So, making our way through, we're about 25% of the way through stage number 1. So yeah, Parker Retzloff, he's dropped back to 10th, so not the best, but still just kind of hanging in there. Austin Hill still hanging on the outside of Brandon Jones. I don't know if that's really worth it, because now he's got Ryan Sieg looking the inside, and he's not going to have the option to get down in line. And that is not exactly ideal for a driver there. But here we go. I'm excited, though, for this race. But yeah, John Hunter Nemechek is slowly starting to just kind of gap the battle for the lead here, and they are going to commercial break. I got one thing I need to take care of, and I will be right back. So don't go anywhere. All right, I'm back. Here we go. And we're still under the commercial break. John Hunter Nemechek still, he's got about a second lead on Cole Custer. Then Cole Custer has about 3/10 of a second between himself and Sammy Smith, so that's not much of a gap at all. Riley Herbst a little further back there in fourth. But yeah, the big question though is going to become, when do we start seeing potential lap traffic here for the race leaders? So let's see, who do we got for cars risking going a lap down? It looks like Anthony Alfredo, Caden Honeycutt, Joe Graff Jr., Patrick Emmerling are kind of your guys at risk of going a lap down. Sheldon Creed has made his way all the way to 24th already, so maybe I was right to have a feeling about that number 2 car. I wasn't confident when I saw him get sent to the rear, but there we go. He's got some speed. That's nice to see. So yeah, who's everybody else's early race picks? Just kind of curious to see what everybody else has for early race picks. Again, there's a lot of good options here. Sammy Smith, John Hunter Nemechek, Cole Custer, any of the 4 Dash for Cash guys, the 2 Junior Motorsports guys. Chandler Smith won last time the Xfinity cars were on track, so maybe you justify it that way. But yeah. So Nemechek, Barry, Chandler Smith, and Justin Allgaier, those are easily your those are your Dash for Cash guys, and honestly, I would say you're probably going to need to be in contention at least for the win. You might not need to, ultimately, you might not need to finish out by winning the race, but it will not be easy to win the Dash for Cash without being, I'd say, top 5, minimum top 5, maybe even top 3 to have a shot at this Dash for Cash. And again, John Hunter Nemechek may make it a you got to beat him to get the Dash for Cash. And by beat him, I mean actually win the race with him running second. But I think that's going to be hard to do. And again, Dash for Cash doesn't need to be the top 4 in the actual race at the end of it, but it will tend to skew that way. So there we go. How's everybody doing? We got quite a few people tuning in here. So yeah, right now we're just kind of getting ready for we're just kind of settling in here for the long run. We're about halfway through this first stage. Currently running lap 29 of 60. But yeah, right now though, they have started to lap some traffic. I did not even notice. We have John Hunter Nemechek has started to lap cars. Emmerling, Gaulding, Graff, Honeycutt, and Alfredo have all been lapped. Ellis is next. Ryan Ellis, Alex LeBay, Jeremy Clements. That's surprising to see Jeremy Clements stuck this far back. I think he was probably on the list of guys who got sent to the rear. Oh, my footage that I got to watch the races just kind of cut out for a minute. But I guess real quick, I'll just kind of mention the IndyCar qualifying that happened today. IndyCar, they had their race at Long Beach. They had qualifying for it today, and ultimately, you had the youngster from I don't remember. Oh yeah, Kyle Kirkwood, the youngster out of the Andretti Autosport team, got the pole position for the IndyCar race at Long Beach. But we've got a pretty good race on our hands here in Martinsville, Virginia, too. So, say right now it's 25. That's Brett Moffitt, and 21. That's Austin Hill fighting side by side here off the corner. Neither driver really seems to be able to get an edge. Oh, and just as Austin Hill looks like he might be able to clear, they cut to Mayer and Barry fighting side by side here. I will say that Josh Berry car literally is a copy paste of the pretty much of the Noah Gragson cars that they ran the past several years. But here we go. Brett Moffitt back to the inside on Austin Hill. This is really going to be going back and forth, it seems. So here we go. So Brett Moffitt, Derek Kraus, and Austin Hill fighting. And oh, here we go. John Hunter Nemechek in traffic. He's trying to pass LeBay. And oh, we got contact from Custer to the back bumper, or the back quarter panel of John Hunter Nemechek. That was some early drama there. Again, the lap traffic is really slowed down. Oh, and we got a spin from Brett Moffitt. He was just battling with Austin Hill, and we got our first yellow flag of the race. So we've got our first yellow flag here of the night. So yellow flag has flown, and we are... Oh! He just wheel hopped it underneath Austin Hill while trying to run really deep into the corner. So, I mean, it happens. Not, it's not the best thing, but yeah, it was completely on his own. It looked like. I don't think it was just a mistake, and the car wheel hopped. So here we go. Pretty good start to the race, though. We got 40 laps in before the first caution. Started having the leaders starting to work lap traffic. That closed them in together. The yellow flag, though, flying before John Hunter Nemechek can really get challenged by Cole Custer. And now we're going to see them back side by side, probably. Because, again, I think you're too far from the... I think you're still too far out from the stage end to try and go ahead and... you're too far away from the stage end to try and pit now and stay out at the stage break. And you don't have enough sets of tires to pull off the pit now and pit later strategy if you want to have tires left for the end. But, yep, so here we go. Getting ready for a pretty good race. Let's see. Parker Retzlaff managed to hold on to 10th place, which, hey, you know what? Credit to him. He had a free fall early, but he managed to stabilize himself in 10th. We'll have to see where he's going to stack up on the restart because of the choose cone. But, yep. Here we go. I'm going to say again, pretty good race so far. Josh Berry got all the way up to 4th. How did he pass Riley Herbst? But, yeah, so let's see. Parker Kligerman ended up 15th. Where did Austin Hill end up? What the? Alright, I'm going to need to see the race footage because I don't know what's happened to Josh Berry. He was up to 4th, and now suddenly he's 27th. So here we go. So let's see what we got going on here. We've had the one lead change of Cole Custer giving up the lead to John. Okay, Josh Berry tried it. Okay, that's why he dropped back. So Josh Berry went with the pit early strategy here, and now he will probably stay out at the end of the stage to try and get some track position here. I mean, hey, you know what? It's something to give it a try. So that's why Josh Berry dropped so far back here. At least we now know why he dropped back. Again, I didn't think that anyone would try it because, again, you got still a lot of laps before stage 1 gets paid out. And, again, he's one of those drivers that I feel like will want the extra points just in case he goes winless through the regular season. Because as much as I don't like to imagine the fact that he could go winless through the regular season, it's very possible he goes winless here in the regular season of the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So I wouldn't say, again, I would be wanting to stack as many regular season points as I can by finishing inside the top 10, maybe even inside the top 5 of this first stage. But hey, I guess if you can win the race off of making this pit strategy now, who am I to tell you that you are making the wrong choice? No, that's Jeb Burton there that chose outside. I thought that was Parker Retzloff. I wasn't sure as to what scheme. Oh, there's Retzloff's scheme. So he's in the black and green, not black and blue. So here we go. Coming off of turn 4, pace car is running for cover, and we are green, green, green. Green flag is out, and we are racing again at Martinsville. Cole Custer is going to have a really tough time right now with those two teammates starting together on that inside line. He might have to give up second to try and make it into third place before that free fall ends. Oh, we got Connor Mosak in the fence a little bit there. He's going to be dropping quite a few spots there, but we they rejoin us at the front. Oh, no, they're going to show us the replay of what happened here to Connor Mosak. Oh, we got some contact from the 0-2 there of Blaine Perkins. Okay. That seems weird, but yep. So now he's way back in the pack now. But, right now, though, we got Riley Herbst. He's going to be looking for a path to try and get to that inside line, which, as of right now, it looks like just passing Daniel Hemrick will be enough to get that inside line. Daniel Hemrick, though, trying to keep his car to that inside and trying to avoid giving that inside to the 98 of Riley Herbst. But, yep, so that 1-2 combo, though, those Toyotas really made it hard for Custer. And, yep, there we go. Riley Herbst gets in line ahead of the 11 of Daniel Hemrick. So, there we go. And we got 13 laps left before the end of the stage here. So, Custer did manage to stop his free fall there by getting in line third place here. So, here we go. Let's take a look at our... not sure why my leaderboard... Oh, there we go. The leaderboard just updated for the Dash for Cash guy. So, Josh Berry is already up to 23rd. I don't know if he's burning up too much tire here. But, here we go. Let's see. Sammy Smith. What will Sammy Smith do to a teammate to try and get this stage win here? Say, playoff point available there. it's an interesting one. It's an interesting question to see what would Sammy Smith do to a teammate. Obviously, we saw a lot of times last year that Ty Gibbs kind of chose to just kind of move teammate or no teammate out of the way to try and get some wins, but where Sammy Smith doesn't have that family connection, would he be as willing to try and just move a teammate out the way to try and get a stage win here? There we go. Parker Kligerman versus Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed all the way up to 15th already. He might even... He's got an outside shot at some stage points, but 9 laps to go. He's going to have to really book it here through these next 4 cars. Not going to be easy. But, yeah, especially when both sets of cars in front of him are doubled up. Now, granted, if he can get by them going 3 wide around, say, the outside, or if they somehow leave an opening on the inside line, it's possible that we see him make the pass. But it's not going to be easy. But, yeah, the Truex is in a similarly looking red and white car. But, nope. Truex is not the same as Sheldon Creed here. Mainly because I didn't pick Truex to win this race. I picked Sheldon Creed. There we go. Parker Kligerman is now racing with Austin Hill for position here. Back in the... where is this? They are fighting for 16th and 17th there. So, Parker Kligerman, again, seeming like he's having a little bit of an off day. Not exactly sure what's wrong with his car or whatnot. Maybe he's just not that great at short tracks. But, again, typically we've seen road course guys do well at Martinsville. The highlight being H.A. Allmendinger. But, yeah, weird to think that Parker Kligerman, who has appeared to be a road course ace the last couple of years in the trucks, he is not seeming to have any of those skills kind of translating to this NASCAR Xfinity Series race here at Martinsville. But here we go. We're not side by side, but we're closing in on the end of this stage. Sam Mayer trying to look to the inside on Cole Custer. I don't know if he's going to have a good shot to try and make this pass, but he can try and go for it. Here we go. Sam Mayer, he's trying to dime in the corner, but I just don't see a path right now for him to get around that 00 car. So here we go. The final lap of stage number 1. We've got John Hunter Nemechek. He is Nemechecking out here for the stage win. And I know that joke was bad, but yep, here we are. Nemechek wins stage number 1 over Sammy Smith. I didn't have much else, and I had to come up with something on the fly, so there we go. Custer, Mayer, Herbst round out your top 5. Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick, Chandler Smith, Parker Retzloff, and then Brandon Jones rounding out your top 10. Not much else for kind of notable instances throughout this race so far. And again, for the most part, it's just kind of getting through the motions here for the first 2 stages. Looks like stage 2 is another 60-lap stage. I didn't realize that they were the same length, but I honestly like the idea that stage 1 and 2 are basically the first half, and then the second half is the rest of the race. But yeah. But here we go. Pretty good first stage. John Henry Nemechek earning quite a few points. Sammy Smith also earning some safety points, although he doesn't really need them because he's gotten his win to lock himself into the playoffs. Again, maybe just kind of looking down the list for someone that might need some points that got some. I mean, the colleague cars that aren't Chandler Smith. You see Daniel Hemrick earning some much needed points here in the stage. So, alright, we're doing pretty good though here so far. I've enjoyed this race. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it as well. We got 400 laps tomorrow in the Cup Series, so and we'll be here for all of it. So, hopefully, you guys are excited. I know I am. But yeah, so right now we are just kind of waiting for them to come back from commercial break. We are at we are at the end of stage 1 here. Josh Berry did end up getting all the way up to 19th, so that's not too bad. So far the fact that I highlighted our champion or not our championship 4, but our Dash for Cash 4 hasn't really been all that impactful because John Hunter Nemechek's been leading the race, and two of the other three have been in the top 10 the entire stage. Josh Berry obviously gave up a ton of track position to pit earlier when we had the caution, so we expect him to stay out here, and he will cycle to the front of the field now that we're done this stage by staying out, and he will not take tires here. Now that will be a risk because he will end up eventually probably falling back over the long run, but for right now, maybe the track position, because we haven't seen passing being too easy. If he can get that lead, maybe he can just hold on to it the entire stage. But yep. So here we go. We got coming off pit road. It's John Hunter Nemechek, Sammy Smith. Daniel Hemrick gained a lot of spots on pit road. Both the colleague cars gained 4 spots on pit road. Custer lost 3. Brandon Jones gained 5 spots on pit road. So we'll have to wait and see what ended up happening in terms of the. So there we go. Josh Berry has leapfrogged. He is now leading the Dash for Cash. Austin Hill leads the race outright, which means Austin Hill must have stayed out. Dawson Cram looks like he may have stayed out. And Jeb Burton, that's going to make for a really interesting top 5 here. John Hunter Nemechek's going to be trying to find a way around all of those guys very quickly. And it's not going to be that easy for him. So here we go. I say it's a pretty good. Again, I enjoy these NASCAR Xfinity and Truck Series races, in particular at the short tracks like this one, where there's constantly action. There's constant action all over the track, but it's my fault the Fox is losing viewership. Well, hey, you know what? They put this race on FS1. Not everybody has FS1, so I figure, I say most everybody has access to YouTube. So I guess if Fox wants to blame me, they could hire me. Isn't that the whole adage? If you can't beat them, hire them, right? So, if Fox really does believe that, I'm right here. So here we go. We got Hill and Barry here running 1-2. We're gonna again. I'm curious to see what Dawson Cram and Jeff Burton or Jeb Burton, not Jeff, Jeb Burton are gonna do. They're running third and fourth. If they choose inside and outside lane and basically make up the second row, because I'm assuming Hill and Barry will take inside and outside row. I don't know. I'm not sure. We haven't seen enough restarts yet to know whether. Let's say you were 19. So yeah, you went to every race from when you were 10 to 19. Okay, so yeah, I haven't gone to that many races, and certainly not any one track because it's a long trip for me to go to any track. But yeah, Hamlin's 2010 win. Whenever I think of Denny Hamlin moments at Martinsville, unfortunately, the only moment that really comes to mind for me is the 2017 wreck with Elliott that pretty much is going to go down in infamy as kind of one of the bigger wrecks of Hamlin's career when he did get into the back of Chase Elliott. But yeah, if Austin Hill and Josh Berry, I think again we haven't seen enough restarts to know whether inside or outside lane is really preferred for the front row. But I think some combination of those two will take the front row. If Dawson Cram and Jeb Burton fill up that second row, though, it's going to be weird seeing essentially a roadblock there in the second row. I think they're capable, but again, their cars is my big question. Is Dawson Cram in that 07 really capable of keeping pace with the guys behind him who have been leading the race and honestly are probably championship threats? Oh, there we go. They're showing the Martinsville hot dog stand. So, oh yeah, I know it's Burton's home race, and I'd love to see Jeb Burton have some success up here. But again, the question is the Our Motorsports car really competitive enough to keep up with? Because he's essentially the next row. Again, assuming that everybody kind of goes inside outside, would be two Joe Gibbs racing cars. You have two Joe Gibbs racing cars in behind them. And hey, look, they lined up exactly how I thought. Hill takes inside, Barry on the outside. Then you had your two really slow cars in the second row, and they're gonna hold up the field behind them. There really isn't anything like Martinsville hot dog. I haven't actually been to Martinsville yet, so maybe I'll have to go sometime to try one of these legendary hot dogs. But yeah, would love to get to see a race here at some point. So far, the only tracks I've been to have been New Hampshire, Pocono, and Bristol for NASCAR races. But yep, pretty good. Let's say we got the restart going though. Sammy Smith is stuck on the outside of the on the outside lane there, drifting back. He's currently 7th. It looks like might even be falling further. But here we go. Josh Berry making a move for the race lead here on Austin Hill, and he's going to clear him. So, there we go. So, Josh Berry, the Dash for Cash competitor there, takes the race lead from Austin Hill. And here we go. John Hunter Nemechek, he is up to 4th. He got by the 07. The 07 has drifted back quite a bit. Dawson Cram has already drifted back to 11th place. But again, John Hunter Nemechek still has to get by 3 cars before he can. He has to get by Jeb Burton and Austin Hill before he can even make a shot at trying to pass Josh Berry. Or he needs to hope for Josh Berry to drift back, which is possible. We'll have to wait and see how the old tires do. It was. I'm guessing you're talking about the Martinsville hot dog was the thing to do. But yeah, I'm guessing pretty much when it comes to track experiences, it's like, okay, you've got the Martinsville hot dog, you've got the It's Bristol baby sign for Bristol's kind of main feature attraction. Trying to think of some of the other attractions because again, I've only been to Pocono once, and with New Hampshire, I mean the only other thing I can think of for notable landmarks is the Magic Mile sign, but that's nowhere near as iconic as the It's Bristol baby sign. And here we go, John Hunter Nemechek up to second. He got by looked like Jeb Burton drifted back just a little bit there, and now he's gotten by Hill. John Hunter Nemechek has set his sights here on the front driver here of Josh Berry. And it's a battle here for the Dash for Cash lead as well between these two. But, yep, here we go. We got ourselves a side-by-side battle here for what looks like maybe 13th between the 07 and the 19, but here we go. Battle side-by-side for the for third spot here between Hemrick and Hill. That's a little bit more relevant. Daniel Hemrick, Austin Hill fighting it out for this top spot here. And I say, Colleague Racing has been on a bit of a roll. They got Allmendinger the win at Circuit of the Americas in the Xfinity Series, and then they went and got Chandler Smith the win a couple weeks ago at Richmond in the Xfinity Series, which was a statement win there. And that's why Chandler Smith is in this Dash for Cash this week. So, but yeah, being located kind of far from many racetracks, I haven't actually gotten to go to too many variety of tracks. Hopefully, gonna be making my first trip though down to Charlotte for the 600 this year. So that's gonna be a fun time though down there at the track. And here we go. Cole Custer starting to close in on the back bumper of Daniel Hemrick for that third spot. Austin Hill has drifted back to 5th here. Sammy Smith has stabilized in 6th place. Brandon Jones, he is up to 7th. And this really is a Brandon Jones style racetrack. This could be the site of his first top 10 of the season. I hazard to say much more than that because he really hasn't had. I mean, again, he hasn't had a top 10 yet this year in a junior motorsports car. Now, granted, that's been some bad luck, but there's also been some mistakes and poor driving in there as well. But this is a Brandon Jones specialty in terms of racetrack, so in theory, hopefully, he would be able to get this one. Or at least get a top 10 here. Maybe a top 5, but again, I'm not pushing it too much because, again, he hasn't shown much so far this season. Oh, we got a yellow. What's the yellow for? That's concerning. We got a yellow flag, and I don't know what it's for. Let's try and see who's drifted back to the tail end. Alfredo. Honeyman. No, these guys are pretty much just back there normally anyway. Brendan Poole, maybe? He's 6 laps down. Not sure what's happened to him. It's hard when they go to full screen commercial breaks. I don't have much to go off of as to what brought out the yellow, but we got a yellow flag. Man, that was so itchy tonight, but here we go. Here we go. Let's see, Derek Kraus. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed with Derek Kraus. Running up in 11th place right now. Obviously, he's driving for Colleague, so good performance should be expected. Although, again, outside of that 16 car the last couple of years, they really haven't had a truly competitive program. Now, granted, again, Allmendinger in the 10 car at Circuit of the Americas a couple weeks ago was impressive. Kyle Busch, when he's stepped into that 10 car, has been able to elevate it, but without being a kind of generational talent like that, it's hard to really say that that the equipment isn't what's holding them back, because I think the equipment might be. But again, Almond. Oh! Caden Honeycutt. Uh-oh. No! Honeycutt with an issue. Looked like an engine failure. Because his car doesn't look like it has a scratch on it, which, good for him. It's hard to finish a Martinsville race without a scratch on your car, but yeah, it definitely looked like a engine failure there. So yeah, engine failure for the number 74 of Caden Honeycutt. I was kind of looking forward to seeing how he would do. He did well at the Bristol Dirt Race for the trucks, and then he put on an impressive performance in practice earlier today, or yesterday, I mean, at Martinsville. So again, I was looking forward to seeing how he could do. And again, I would like to see him potentially get an opportunity in one of the, say, Thor Sport trucks, maybe, if, again, a spot becomes available. But, and that's if he keeps this up for the remainder of this season. Because, again, it really has been kind of 1.5 races or so, because, that he's shown this kind of pace. But if he, again, continues to perform, yeah, if Crafton retires in the coming years, and or if you see some of the other ThorSport guys or gal move on from the team, I could see Haley Deegan going to Cup at some point, or not Cup. I could see her going to Xfinity on her path to try and go to Cup. So that's a driver that could move on from the team. Majeski and Ben Rhodes kind of just feel like truck lifers, so I don't necessarily know if their eyes are on higher series. I don't know if they would even be interested if an Xfinity team that they don't feel is competing for championships calls, because, well, they're competing for championships in trucks right now. But yeah, I think that's going to be the big thing for the Ford development drivers, though, is really what spots open up, because again, Riley Herbst is in one of like 3 competitive Xfinity cars for the Ford development system. Ryan Sieg is one of the other competitive Fords, and then obviously Cole Custer in the 00 is another one. But yeah. So that's pretty much your 3 competitive Fords in the Xfinity series. Then you go to trucks, and you've got the Thor Sport trucks that are far and away the best Ford vehicles there if you're a Ford development driver. Now, again, I don't know for sure that Honeycutt is a Ford development driver. I'd like to imagine that he is, because, again, he was driving a Ford in the trucks, but, again, I wouldn't say that he's super tied to Ford by any means, so here we go. So here we go. Waiting to see what we got here. We're getting ready for we should be getting ready for the restart here soon. No, they haven't doubled up yet, so we still got a couple laps. I'm gonna say they have to have opened pit road though already, because again, I hope that they would have done that and not cared about that being before. They still haven't turned off the lights on the pace car, so we're going at least another time around. So still got some laps under yellow here. So and say, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, of course, please leave a like on the stream and show it all the support you can. But yeah, it really means a lot. But here we go. We're getting ready for the. I'm hoping the choose cone should be this time by. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I'm expecting that we'll probably see the choose cone this time. But yeah, Chase Elliott back in the Cup Series. That's going to be an interesting one to see how that does in terms of the Fox viewership over the course of the next couple of races, and nope, they still have the lights on the pace track, so we're going another time around. But yeah, with Chase Elliott back in the Cup Series this weekend, it's pretty easy to assume that it's going to be a ratings win for Fox. It's just a question of how high it boosts it. I'm excited to see Chase Elliott back on the track, but yeah, it is a little concerning for me though as a Michael McDowell fan because he's only 1 point outside the Cup playoffs as of right now. But if Elliott wins a race, that takes another spot and bumps Michael McDowell further down the list. I'd love to see McDowell point his way to the playoffs. He is, say, him and Allmendinger are really my only two guys in Cup that I overly root for no matter what, and that don't already have wins this year. So, would love to see kind of my whole crew get those Cup playoff spots. Looks like they're going there and putting up some speedy dry, trying to dry up some of that oil from the potential engine failure. And they're going to another commercial break. Yay! We love commercials here at on Fox, so yay. Fun times, fun times. So yeah, they're going to another commercial break. We're still waiting. Hemrick up into fourth. That's a pretty good run for that car, especially where Daniel Hemrick feels like every year the expectation is high, and it feels like he always underachieves. It's like, will this be the year that he wins a race? Will this be the year that he wins a race? Now, he did win a race and the championship back in 2021, I believe it was. Or was that... yeah, that was 2021 that he won the championship by winning only the last race of the season. But again, it feels like he's constantly kind of underwhelming compared to the expectations that are placed upon him. Now, are those expectations maybe a little on the lofty side? Maybe, especially when he made, although I would say making all those championship fours in a row back when he ran in the RCR number 21 back in like 2017, 2018, and 2019, I believe. Or no, 2016, 17, and 18. And I think he made the championship four all those years, or at least was very close to the championship four all 3 years. And to come up short in terms of making it and winning the big one. But here we go. So here we go. Getting ready for the restart. Hopefully we'll be doing the choose cone or doubled up already when we get back from this commercial break. But man, here we go. Let's see. Chandler Smith, Jeb Burton, Kraus. Just kind of looking down the running order. Allgaier in 13th. That's an interesting one to see running that far back. I just lost my leaderboard for the Dash for Cash. Give me a second, guys. I've lost our Dash for Cash leaderboard. That is not good. Here we go. 15th season of Dash for Cash. I did not realize it had been going on that long. I thought it was kind of a new thing that kind of popped up in like when around the time the Championship 4 was established. There we go. So there's the. All right, there we go. I got everything fixed for the screen region there. Did not mean to accidentally delete the running order for those guys, but yep. So Josh Berry and Josh Berry and John Hunter Nemechek is going to be an interesting pairing here as the pace car peels off. They are on the front row. John Hunter Nemechek has a teammate behind him, and we are green flag, green, green, green. Green flag is out, and we've got about 20 laps to go. Let's see, on the outside here, Sammy Smith abandons his teammate up top. Although he might be, and say, yep, there we go. Sammy Smith kind of left enough of an opening on the bottom, and Sammy Smith going around the outside of turn number 3. Sammy Smith just made the pass on the outside here, and he's on the outside of going into turn 1. He is way out the groove there. I don't know if he's going to be able to make something happen, but he is impressing up there. But here we go. Sammy Smith going up there, though. He was able to move Berry and allowed John Hunter Nemechek to get through. Now John Hunter Nemechek, he's in the money spot. But Sammy Smith, I mean, man, around the outside at Martinsville, you don't see that. So, man, I mean, Sammy Smith put on a clinic there on how to make an overtake there. But, man, I mean, again, Sammy Smith did an amazing job there at passing, and ultimately he ended up needing to use a little bit of a bump and run after getting nudged by the 8 car. But again, I think he ran that pretty fairly. Didn't rough him up much to make the pass, just kind of a little tap and see what he can do. But yeah, Sammy Smith, he is definitely the next up-and-coming Toyota driver. Just hope that, again, when he is Cup ready, Toyota has some seats available for him, because that's kind of Toyota's current problem, is that they don't have a lot of open seats, and they got Nemechek, they've got Sammy Smith, they've got Corey Heim coming through the ranks, and they are impressing very quickly. Corey Heim won last night's truck race. Oh, we got contact between the two Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas here. The 20 of Nemechek on the inside. Number 18 of Sammy Smith on the outside. Here we go. John Hunter Nemechek looking to the inside. So they are in a dead heat right now for this front spot. Nemechek and Smith. It looks like Nemechek's going to get the lead here. And Smith ultimately gives up. No, he doesn't. I thought he gave up the lead there to try and just fall in line behind him, but he ends up getting to the inside on the 20 there. Tries to maybe hold that door open, but ultimately the 20 is able to clear down in front of the 18 and kind of stabilize there. So John Hunter Nemechek in the 20 has now stabilized himself in first place over the number 18 of Sammy Smith. So there we go. And Josh Berry's going to be looking to try and pass Sammy Smith, and considering the bump and run, I feel like we may see favors repaid here at some point, but again, it's not a very big deal. I don't think there's a big payback coming, but just another little bump. There we go. Little bump there, trying to make the 18 car go up the track to move him out the way. We got 10 laps to go in this stage. So again, right now, I think Josh Berry, he feels like he needs to get the stage points. Otherwise, he may not. He might be in a little bit of a pinch if he doesn't win a race in this regular season, which is possible. Again, the junior motorsports cars have not looked as good as the Joe Gibbs and Stuart Haas cars, honestly, and especially the RCR cars. Kind of surprised. Where has Sheldon Creed been this race? Let's see. Let's see. Sheldon Creed is 12th, so he's steadily making his way to the front. He just hasn't gotten there yet. Hopefully that means he can get there before the end of this race, but he's knocking on the door of the top 10 right now, which is not a lot to say here. But yeah, Brandon Jones and Daniel Hemrick inside the top 5. That's impressive to see those two fighting for a top 5 spot there. But man, right now though, it definitely looks like John Hunter Nemechek, without a yellow, John Hunter Nemechek easily has this stage win in hand. But here we go. We got 5 laps to go in the stage. There is still time potentially for a yellow to happen, and I think we could see I think we could ultimately see this one. I think we could ultimately see the race get back going beforehand, but it would be tough for them to, if they did throw a yellow here to try and get back green. I think they would ultimately probably end the stage under the yellow. But yeah, I am impressed, honestly, the fact that Josh Berry's been able to hold on this long. I mean, he's currently second. He's second on the racetrack. I mean, Josh Berry is not losing spots the way that the other drivers that stayed out there did. I mean, Austin Hill, he did the same thing. He has a really good race car. He's a 3-time winner this year in Xfinity. He's currently running 11th. I mean, he is not showing a ton here in terms of pace compared to what the other drivers in that spot have done. And here we go to the back bumper of the 18. It's the 00 looking for the inside. It's Cole Custer. And John Hunter Nemechek takes the white flag here in the stage. So here we go. Here we go. You got a fight. It's gonna be Cole Custer and Sammy Smith coming to the checkers this time by for the stage win. It'll be easily John Hunter Nemechek, easily Josh Berry, and it looks like Cole Custer is gonna get the run off turn 4 to take 3rd place in the stage from Sammy Smith. Daniel Hemrick gets 5th, 6th place. Not Eric, but Brandon Jones. Ryan Truex, Riley Herbst, Chandler Smith, and Derek Kraus rounding out your top 10 here at the end of stage number 2. So there we go. Stage 2, and we got 130 laps to go. So 120 down, 130 to go here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And they are going to commercial break. We are remaining here, and we are waiting for the pit stops because, again, this is going to be the chance for this kind of strategy to equalize now that Josh Berry's done this strategy. Alright, so here we go. How's everybody doing though? Who's everybody feeling in terms of the race win? Again, my pick has not aged very well right now. Sheldon Creed is currently 14th. But again, I'm gonna try and stick with it. I think Sheldon Creed could still make his way through this field. We'll have to wait and see, but again, he's been slowly making his way through the entire field, and now he's up to 14th. So I think, again, with another restart or two, I think he could very easily be in contention for the win at the end of this thing. I will say the race name for this Xfinity Series race, the call before you dig or call 811.com before you dig 250 is really long. Hence why I didn't actually use it in the title or thumbnail. I mean that type of race name, it's just too long. I mean, I get it that you're kind of explaining what the sponsor is rather than just doing call811.com. But I feel like there's enough you can do to explain it without needing to include the before you dig part in the race name. So here we go. White Sox are going to try and keep the Rays losing here because the Rays' undefeated streak was brought to an end the other day by the Blue Jays. Oh! We had and it just jumped me forward a bit. So I guess I was a bit behind, but yeah, they were showing Sheldon Creed and the 7th Allgaier kind of getting into it there with some contact. It looked like. There we go. Cole Custer getting out of his pit stall. We got Barry, we got Smith, and we got Nemechek. Again, it's going to be interesting to see. Weird that Cole Custer isn't using the number 1 pit stall because he won the pole position. Doesn't it normally mean you get the number 1 pit stop? Pit stall, I mean. Brandon Jones making the jump all the way to 3rd on the racetrack, jumping 3 spots. Josh Berry losing 3 spots in his pit stop. So here we go. Making some good progress through this race, honestly. It hasn't felt like it dragged on like the truck race did. Because that's the big thing that the truck race had was that the truck race just felt like it dragged a little bit. But man, Xfinity though, it honestly feels like a pretty nice pace. Not too fast, not too slow. We got 130 laps to go. At about 2 laps a minute. That's about an hour left of racing, probably. So here we go. What's the best lap? So yeah, it looks like a lot of 20-second laps. So yeah, about 2-3 laps a minute. Yeah, this race will be over probably within another hour or so. Again, assuming that the yellows don't start happening more and more frequently. But I think we all know that this race, and in particular this track, they're both known for being notorious when it comes to some more yellows, especially in the latter half of the race. So here we go. How's everybody doing? So here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'm excited to see how this race ends. We've been live for about an hour. The race itself has been green for a little over an hour, so got a pretty good race going on. Here we go. Here we go. Man, here we go. Here we go. Looking through the top 10, Riley Herbst. Hey, Sheldon Creed, he gained a couple spots there. He's up to 11th here for the restart. We'll have to wait and see on the choose count and see what lane he ends up getting and how many spots he potentially gains on the choose. It's hard to really say what lane is preferred, though. It looks like the inside lane is. I know that sometimes on that front row you can make a little bit of ground on the outside and maybe gain 1 or 2 spots. Doesn't mean enough in terms of in the middle of the pack, but if you can clear for the lead from the top row, I think that top row really should be the preferred line for the front row. But yep. Here we go. Here we go. Parker Retzloff in the 12th spot there. Always nice to see the Jordan Anderson team doing well. And, oh yeah, wait a minute. That's not the Hour Motorsports. That's the second Jordan Anderson car for Jeb Burton this year. That's why it looked a lot more impressive than I thought when I initially thought it was an Hour Motorsports car. But yeah, no, the 27 is now a Jordan Anderson number. I completely forgot about that change in the off season. You know, say John Hunter Nemechek is batting 1,000 in terms of stage points this race. So here we go. They're choosing the outside for John Hunter Nemechek. Curious to see what the plan is here. Yeah, there we go. The 18 of Sammy Smith played along here for this teammate game. The 20 was able to get down in front of the 18, and now plan is that those two will try and control the front of the field here. But man, I mean, again, when it comes to the teammate restart, it's always interesting to see how it plays. But yeah, at some of these tracks, especially when you don't have a lot of other teammates around, like Custer only has one other teammate and he's 8th place right now. He couldn't really help on that restart. Now, if it were the junior motorsports cars, maybe they could have fought back because they have a lot of numbers and probably would have had two in a spot where they could try and get a push. But here we go. Contact from the 18 to the 00 a little bit there. Oh, uh-oh. What's the yellow for? We got a yellow. Oh, uh-oh. It looks like Josh Berry with an issue. Oh, no. We got a yellow for Ryan Ellis and not sure who else that is. .38 of Joe Graff Jr. got involved. Let me see. Who else? So yeah, so that was Ryan Ellis. Alright, here we go. They're showing a replay of what happened. So I want to know what happened to Josh Berry first off, I guess. So you see he goes 3 wide now with the Creed and Burton. That was getting tight. The only reason why the spin, but man. It looked like the 35 had some sort of issue there that led to the crash between Ryan Ellis and yeah. Something happened there, that's for sure, and it certainly wasn't intentional. But yeah, here we go. John Hunter Nemechek, though, he can breathe a little easier though right now, knowing that he has a massive gap on the next Dash for Cash driver. Like the Dash for Cash right now is pretty spread out. Looking forward to the Dash for Cash next week at Talladega. I don't know if I'll be able to stream that one. Let me see. Will I be able to stream it? I'll have to take a look at the time. Oh, yeah, it's a Talladega 4 p.m. start. Not sure why it's a 4 p.m. start, but yeah, I can definitely stream that. I'll definitely stream next week's Dash for Cash race at Talladega. So here we go. Getting ready for a pretty good restart, hopefully. This was probably the shortest run we've had. I think, again, you won't see many people pit here. Most of these teams, I think pretty much all of them have one set of tires left that are new, and you don't really have much else you can really do here. I think you gotta wait until about lap 65 or so, when you get to halfway in the stage. That's when you can kind of look at probably putting on your extra set of tires to gain some spots. It's hard to really justify doing that any earlier, especially significantly earlier, like lap 18, where we're at now. Yeah, but here we go. So we've had 5 yellows, 5 leaders, and 5 lead changes, apparently. So 5's all across the board for the NASCAR Xfinity Series field right now. But yeah, I want to see who's again. John Hunter Nemechek versus Chandler Smith in 8th. That's your battle for that for the Dash for Cash spot. So it's curious to see it spread out that far. Not sure again why Cole Custer wasn't awarded the Dash for Cash spot this week with his 5th place. With his 5th place finish, where he is a full timer this year in Xfinity. But here we go. They're doubling up and getting ready to go. Or no, are they pitting? Or are they doubling up to go green? I don't know. Oh, Josh Berry had a flat tire. That's why he drifted back so far. Okay, that makes sense. So Josh Berry and Justin Allgaier are going to be having to come from deep in the field here for this Dash for Cash win, if either one of them are going to compete for it. Otherwise, it's Chandler Smith versus John Hunter Nemechek. Oh, wait. Josh Berry had to pit for tires. I just realized he's out of tires. Uh-oh. Josh Berry has no tires left. That is not good. So here we go. The lights are off on the pace car. Pace car is away, running for cover, and here we go. We are doubled up and going green here. So here we go. It's gonna be green. Green flag here, and let's see. You got Sammy Smith and you got Cole Custer here, side by side for second. I gotta say though, I'm impressed by Sammy Smith and what he's been able to do so far using that second line. I will say, Brandon Jones has been pretty good too. This has kind of been one of those few tracks where he's kind of turned it into his place over the last few years. And oh, we got a yellow. Couple cars spun down the back straightaway. Who dat? The 45 and the 07. 45, who's that this week? Oh, Kyle Sieg is around. So Kyle Sieg was in it. Leland Honeyman is in the 45 And then Dawson Cram in the 07 here. 34 lead lap cars. That's impressive at Martinsville, where you constantly have lapping going on here. Yeah, I mean, hard to see what exactly happened there, but maybe a flat tire or something for the 07, because again, he just stopped and ended up twirled around on the front end of that 91 car. 91, who's that? Is that LeBay? Yeah, that's Alex LeBay this week. So Justin Allgaier and Barry were able to gain a couple spots from all that mayhem. But yeah, so most of these guys are going to be coming down pit road. I'm probably going to use the bathroom one last time here before we get ready for the run to the checker, as we got about 100 laps to go. Now waiting because I'm expecting that the FS1 booth will probably go to commercial here soon too, where I wouldn't be able to contribute much here. Not hearing much from the. There we go. So Dawson Cram is out the car. He will be out of the race. Not sure who else all popped out the race here. But here we go. Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens with Chase Elliott being back from Martinsville. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. But yeah, just a quick reminder though that the Cup race is the start of the race, and the green flag was actually moved up a bit. So the green flag will be right at 3. So I'm actually going to be going live about 15 minutes earlier than I originally planned, just so that I can make sure I don't miss the start. But yeah, we're going to be going green though, with like we're going to be going green right at 3 o'clock to try and get this thing green flag and before the rain. So drivers only broadcast for the yep. Say Joey and Brad. That's gonna be a fun booth for Talladega next week. Dover. I don't know. I don't know how Austin Dillon's gonna pair in that booth, and then Eric Jones and Ryan Blaney for the throwback weekend. It's all right. But yeah. Here we go. Here we go. We'll have to wait and see here, but I'm guessing that they're going to be throwing it to commercial break here soon. Yeah, they're going to commercial break. So I'm going to go use the bathroom, and I'll be back for the finish of the race. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Alright, here we go. I'm back. Yeah, that's gonna kind of pull, so I'm gonna have to keep it down here for a little while my phone charges up. Didn't quite have the battery to make it to the checkers. Alright, here we go. So, they were just playing a bit of radio clips. I wasn't at my phone to actually see who they were playing the clips from or who they were all talking about. So John Hunter Nemechek and Sammy Smith 1-2, Custer 3rd, Jones 4th, 5th, Hemrick. So here we go. We're ready to go racing here. So yeah, definitely not the way I hoped that this. Hoping for some more action here later in this race as we get closer and closer to checkers, but of course there's never a guarantee of some action. But Martinsville's pretty close to the guarantee that we'll have some sort of action late in the race. So coming to the choose cone, it's going to be Nemechek is going to go. Oh, come on! Really, Fox? What on earth are you doing? You were getting ready to show the leader going to the choose cone, and you cut to somebody in like 6th or 7th place in terms of the onboard camera. Yeah, that's Riley Herbst in 6th place that they cut to. That is not how you do the choose cone. You guys make it so hard on yourselves to put together a halfway competent broadcast. Because it's like you have sure, on board with the 2nd place car is what they had. Wouldn't have been ideal. Ideally, you have a camera kind of looking back at the choose cone, but you're following the 1st place car to the choose cone and you don't stay with it. Green, green, green. Green flag is out. Nemechek gets a big jump from that inside line. Sammy Smith gonna be looking for that inside spot here soon. So here we go. At the next yellow, I'll probably unplug the phone and kind of hope I have enough battery built up by then. But here we go. Man, here we go. Brandon Jones is going to be interesting to see where he ends up cycling out here because, again, he's probably one of the better Martinsville drivers in the field. Like, he might not be necessarily the best driver in the field, but he's a really good Martinsville racer. But yeah, Jeb Burton, honestly, again, I forgot he was a Jordan Anderson car, but there we go. He's running 8th in the Jordan Anderson racing car. Parker Retzloff in 11th, his teammate. Sheldon Creed is still 12th. Come on, I need to see Sheldon Creed make some gains here. He was my pre-race pick. I've stuck with him this whole time. But here we go. We got less than 100 laps to go. We're going to be getting ready, though, for a pretty good race, hopefully, to the checkers here. Let's see. So, yeah, there's only one Chevy up in that top 5, but then everything from 6th on back through 12th is a Chevy. So, here we go. Let's say certainly an exciting race between the kind of seeing those two Toyotas kind of dueling it out on the restarts each time here. And here we go. Now Sammy Smith battling with Daniel Hemrick to try and hold on to third place right now. Sammy Smith on that outside. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on here. Because holding on that outside is not easy. I mean, Sammy Smith has been able to make it happen a couple times, but I don't know. Oh, and we got a yellow. I didn't even notice. We got a spinner for the Josh Williams, Mr. Parkett there. Has the Call 811 car, and he goes for a spin. Oh, he had a flat tire. That's what caused him to spin out. Okay. Justified. It happens. I'm gonna say, flat tires, they're not fun, but they happen. So, here we go. We're getting ready for a pretty good restart. Another one. Curious to see what Cole Custer does here from second. Now, granted, because Sammy Smith actually drifted back before they threw the yellow, looks like Sammy Smith will be lined up in about fourth place, I think. I think he's going to be fourth here. But yeah, when it comes to when you want to put on these tires, I think you want to wait till 70, maybe even 80 laps into this run. You want to run a little bit more than half of this final stage on these current tires. That way you have fresher tires to fight coming down the end of the race. Now, maybe you try and grab your tires early here and take the track position if you think track position is going to be what's going to win you the race later here. But yeah, we're having a pretty good race though here. So Allgaier's come in for tires. All right, Dawson Cram is out of the infield care center. He is okay. So nice to see that he's okay after kind of that weird crash that he was involved in. So here we go. Right. Nice to hear that he's all right. The seven car again. It feels like almost kind of a gamble to try and win the dash for cash, maybe to try and make the bold jump here on the in terms of the strategy. Now, I'm all for it in order to try and win the $100,000. If you can win $100,000 by making the strategy call here, I'm all for it. I just don't know. I would personally be on kind of the exact opposite strategy. I'd be pitting with 45 to go, not 45 into this run. But again, we'll have to wait and see, obviously. I don't know how this race is going to end. You guys don't know how this race is going to end. The drivers in this race don't know how this thing is going to go. But yeah, so the dash for cash, you got first, you got sixth, and then you've got two guys way in the back who are going to be basically hoping for this race to cycle around to them. So Chandler Smith, he's all the way up to sixth. He might have a shot to try and fight it out for the win himself. I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I think he can do it. So here we go. Thank you guys, by the way, for everybody that's tuned in throughout the course of this night. Really appreciate it. Of course, leave a like and subscribe if you guys are enjoying it. Lets me know that you guys are appreciating what we got going on here. But yeah. So Riley Herbst right now, and looks like he's lined up in 5th here. It's gonna be curious to see how they end up lining up here. But yeah, so gonna wait one more yellow before I unplug the phone to kind of put it up closer to the camera. But yeah, so right now I got the footage, the actual race stream a lot lower because my phone cord can't reach. So here we go. Cole Custer's gotten to the inside line here, and he's been able to basically separate him and basically put himself as a physical barrier between your between the drivers in the 2 Toyotas there at the front of the field, John Hunter Nemechek and Sammy Smith. Let's say Riley Herbst versus Chandler Smith. They're fighting it out for position here. But yep, here we go. It's a pretty good race, honestly. Though I've enjoyed it. Short track racing, it takes quite a bit for a short track race to disappoint. Although apparently last year the Cup Series absolutely nailed how to make a race disappointing. But here we go. Not sure who they just were playing the audio from, but apparently someone's tired of getting run into by somebody else. So yeah, that sounds like Martinsville. So Parker Retzloff, if he could get a top 10 here, get 2 Jordan Anderson cars in the top 10, that'd be insane. I'd love to see. Come on, Sheldon Creed. Let's make some moves here. Again, I don't think he's at this point. I don't see him winning this race, but I wouldn't rule him out yet. Here we go, 3 wide for Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed able to make the pass to 11th, not able to get Mayer yet for 10th. But now Sheldon Creed is up to 11th. He's going to try and make the pass into the top 10. Passing cars has not been easy, and that's the biggest thing, is that he's had to pass a lot of cars tonight. I'd be curious to see just how many cars the number 2 cars had to pass. Oh, and my Fox Sports app crashed. Yay. So I don't have my live stream. There we go. So and it sends me to a commercial break because of the app crashing and restarting. Yay! So I'm without footage of the race right now. Okay, here we go, and we're back. So yeah, I'm curious to see what ends up happening when and if the leaders do catch the back of the pack here. Let's see. Who even is our first cars to get lapped? Anthony Alfredo's last car on the lead lap. He's about half a lap behind. But yeah, Ellis, Brennan Poole are each 1 lap down, or not 1 lap down, but they're each a small handful of laps behind the race. So yeah, they will probably be the first ones to get lapped here. But yeah, again, I'm curious to see how Cole Custer does, because again, it seems like it's the tale of 2 Cole Custers. You have the before Cup and the after Cup for Cole Custer here. I'm going to say Brett Moffitt's all the way up into the top 15 here. That's impressive for Moffitt. So here we go. Let's see. We're nearing that halfway point in the stage. I think if you get a yellow here, you seriously consider pitting. I think the majority of the field might pit, which might drag a lot of people to pit road. I just don't know if this would be early enough for me to pit. And again, it's depending on a potential yellow that we don't know if it's coming yet or not. I think it'd be hard to imagine this race going green all the way to the checkers, but so Sammy Smith, he's just gotten to third place and he's just kind of ridden in third here. Rather than kind of some of the more spectacular moves that he's been making all race long here. Trying to see what we got here. We got Riley Herbst up to 5th. That's nice to see. But yeah, right now the Dash for Cash drivers, like that fight is not seeming like much of a fight right now. You got Nemechek absolutely dominating over Chandler Smith, Josh Berry, and Allgaier. Now, Allgaier has made some ground on his fresh tires. I worry that the good might be gone from those tires when and if they get another yellow to potentially bunch the field back up. And they're going to commercial break, which is fun. Are we gonna at least get a side by side yellow? Yep, side by sides or side by side commercial. I mean, not yellow. So there we go. We got ourselves a pretty good race going, honestly. I mean, again, like you've had the same kind of cast of drivers near the front most of the day. Trying to think of any real big surprises. I mean, really, no, not much for surprises. But I guess that just kind of goes to show how consistent the driving has been here. That we've had a lot of the same guys being able to run at the front. Here we go. Ryan Sieg getting underneath Ryan Truex. The Ryan versus Ryan battle continues. Even though we all know who the best Ryan is. But yeah. Here we go. We got the number 1 and number 16 cars going at it side by side here. Again, that one car is Sam Mayer. He is in 8th. He's trying to make the move to 7th. That's going to really hurt. Again, any spots that Chandler Smith loses right now is going to be really hard to make up later in the race. But I wouldn't rule it out completely. I wouldn't say that he can't make up the gap. It's just going to be much harder. So, here we go. There's just not much going on the track. I mean, I think for a lot of these drivers, they're just kind of falling into the status quo here of don't make a scene and try and run this thing green flag for a little while. But yeah, at this point, if you get a yellow, yeah, you should pit for 4 tires. I don't see any reason why anybody wouldn't. You need the 4 tires to try and make this race have a shot at winning it from any sort of position. So I think right now, Josh Berry has the edge because he has made that last pit stop. So here we go. Let me go ahead and replug in my computer real quick. And there we go. Josh Berry made a 2-for-1 deal there on colleague racing drivers. He got by Kraus and Chandler Smith there, and Chandler Smith ended up giving up another spot there to Parker Retzloff. So a 2-for-1 deal there. But yep, fun times. I say it's going to be a hard one here for the drivers to try and figure out again the strategy, because right now you're kind of waiting for a yellow. You're on old tires though. If you're not the 7 or maybe the 8, I think the 8 came in and put on scuffs. But I think again you have a pit stop here. You probably want to make a pit stop. I don't know. I'd have to do the fuel number, see if they can make it on fuel to the checkers. Ideally, you wouldn't want to, because again, you want those fresh tires. But right now, again, Allgaier with the fresh tires has not made up the progress that he kind of wanted to be making here. Justin Allgaier, he's made it all the way to 15th, but again, you really ideally want to be trying to put pressure on the leaders to try and make a difference here. Right now, I don't think the leaders even acknowledge what's happened for the most part in the back. Here we go. So here we go. John Hunter Nemechek. He is in traffic now. And Cole Custer is caught the back of the field as well. So we've got a battle in traffic here between Custer and Nemechek. Again, I would probably again be hoping for a yellow here late. Try and get this thing bunched back up. But yeah, if you can try and block both lanes, though, whenever you've got someone breathing down your neck for a spot, like Brandon Jones right now has Riley Herbst, that will double your chances pretty much to win this race, because obviously it's not easy to get around someone that can work both lanes, and it runs in both lanes. Oh, man, here we go. So John Hunter Nemechek again. He's finally gotten clear of some of those lappers, but now Custer has also cleared his way through the lappers. So we're going to be racing again to the next set of lap cars. But yeah, here we go. Oh, we're saying no yellow. Like there was a reason that people would think that there was a yellow coming, but I haven't seen anything warranting a yellow yet. We'll have to wait and see here. But yeah, if you can get a yellow here, that'd be amazing for a lot of the field, because they'd be able to pit, get their final set of stickers, and absolutely dominate this finish to the race with pretty much all the tools and equipment you could ever need to try and make a good run. Oh, yep, caution flag flies. If you have a set of tires, this is your time. This is what you've been waiting for. Jeremy Clements bringing out the yellow here. It becomes now a fight. So yeah, right now this is your ideal time. You are grabbing this last set of tires. We got 40 laps to go. This is the time. There is no other time. This right now is your time to grab that last set of stickers. Now again, Justin Allgaier, he does not have a set of stickers remaining. But again, I think let's say Allgaier, I think he's gonna just get cycled back here, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so Allgaier in theory can probably stay out and try and get some track position, but again, he's gonna be on old tires. He's not gonna be able to make much happen here. Meanwhile, we're gonna get to see a pretty good battle off of pit road here between John Hunter, Nemechek, and the others. So here we go. Let's see what the who all's pitting here. Big questions are Barry and Allgaier. Are they both pitting? Because yeah, it feels like Barry has kind of just been the status quo for that team. And he hasn't. But yeah, right now we're gonna be getting ready for the race off pit road. Custer's done his stop. Now you got the 20 of Nemechek coming off the track. You got the 9. But yeah, so right now it's a pretty easy win for the 20 car. So Nemechek, Custer, Hemrick, Sammy Smith, Josh Berry gains 3 spots on pit road. So Josh Berry did pit. But not sure why Josh Berry came to pit road on caution flag day. On the caution flag stop here. If he truly didn't have any sets of tires left, I don't know why you don't just stay out and take the track position. Maybe you had an okay set of scuffs, but man, that just seems weird. So they went to a side by side yellow. I'm gonna grab one more. I just need to grab one more thing real quick, and I will be right back. I'll be back before they go green. Or they. Oh no, they got one more yellow break. You know what? Nah, I can grab that. I can deal with that after. Actually, I was gonna grab another water, but I should be okay with water until the end of this race. We only got 38 to go, and so far 30 laps have been clicking off like nothing here. So here we go. Man, I will say it's starting to wear on me, having been up till 11:45 last night, calling the truck race for you guys, and now calling the Xfinity Series race here, and it's just starting to get long here. Not to mention I've been working I've been at work 9 hours a day as well, so yeah, fun times. So it looks like Justin Allgaier, Alex LeBay, your top 2. That's going to be a weird pairing to see at the front. So Allgaier, Nemechek, Barry, and Chandler Smith are your or not your championship, but your Dash for Cash 4. Allgaier, LeBay, Nemechek, and Custer are the kind of the top 4 in terms of the Xfinity Series guys right now. Here we go. They're getting ready to go green. So here we go. We are ready and we are pumped up here. Did not get as much of a rest either after this race as I did. But here we go. Showing the some of the unique trophies, and Martinsville has one of the most unique ones in all of sports with a grandfather clock. But here we go. Sheldon Creed, man, he's just stuck in like 12th here and can't seem to get any further forward. So here we go. We should hopefully be getting the choose cone this time. There's no reason we should be still under yellow here at this point. We should be getting the choose cone this time. Yeah, here we go. Choose cone. I was right. It's going to be Allgaier inside, LeBay outside, and 2 cars take the inside there. I think that was Nemechek and Custer taking that inside because nobody really wanted to be in behind. Nobody wanted to be in behind Alex LeBay here on the restarts. But here we go. It's I want to see what Justin Allgaier can do with LeBay as essentially a human shield here on the restart. It's gonna be an interesting one, that's for sure. Here we go. We're gonna go green, green, green. Green flag is out, and Justin Allgaier gets the race lead. But you've got John Hunter Nemechek breathing right down your neck for that dash for cash spot. John Hunter Nemechek looking up the inside. He is on the inside here, side by side with Justin Allgaier here for the race lead. As they make their way past start finish line and down into turn 1. Allgaier is still on the outside. And there we go. John Hunter Nemechek able to clear finally over Allgaier. That will put John Hunter Nemechek back into the race lead. So here we go. We got 3 laps, or not 3. We got about 33 to go here. Here we go. So both those Toyota guys have been able to get back to the front, though. I mean, Sammy Smith, he's back to second place. So, I mean, ultimately, they haven't been able to stop them. So these Toyotas have kind of been able to keep going, apparently. But here we go. 3 cars under a blanket here for first. You got Nemechek, you got Smith, and oh, we got a wreck. We got a spin. It's Riley Herbst, and I don't know who else was involved there. All right, and it was Sam Mayer got piled up as well, and he is going to be DNFing this race. And this was a fantastic chance for Mayer to try and prove some short track skills, and now it's a wrecked race car for the one in the 98. Let's see, who was at fault? Let's try and see. So Riley has it. Oh yeah, no. Sam Mayer just got way too hot in there and just cleaned himself and Riley Herbst out. So yeah, no doubt that's a Ryan Herbst mistake. I would probably say it's a fair mistake to make, but yeah, Riley Herbst did nothing wrong there though. It was just a mistake by the one car. But here we go. Now that we got a yellow where they're going to be having to clean up some cars, I am going to go grab that extra water bottle because I am thirsty. But yeah, here we go. I will be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. So we're back and we're ready for the race to the finish here. But yeah, they were just debriefing the wreck between Riley. Between Riley Herbst and Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer was visibly upset and get more frustrated, I feel like, than upset. Because upset implies that he's upset with somebody, but he's really, I think, upset with himself more than anything else. But Riley Herbst, I mean, Herbst has every right to be upset with how this ended, because he did nothing wrong to deserve that. Yeah, a lot of beating and banging going on, though. Here we go. Got some water, and we are ready to go for the finish to this race. My voice is starting to die. It's going to be a fun 400 laps tomorrow. Luckily, it's early in the afternoon, and we might not even get it all in due to rain. But yeah, there's been a lot of just kind of... It's been a really interesting race. There's just been a lot of weird wrecks in the back. But yeah, especially in the second half of the second half of the race has been just kind of filled with them. I mean, you had the weird wreck with Ellis and the 07 of Dawson Cram. Then you had the wreck that we just saw with Herbst. Then you had the wreck with Joe Graff Jr. and whoever else. But yeah, there were a lot of weird, just kind of 1-2 car crashes that felt like they could have been more, or they could have been built from more of what happened. But so you got all 4 Dash for Cash drivers in that top 10, which again, I kind of predicted that it was going to take. You were going to need to finish inside the top 10 minimum. I thought you were going to finish inside the top 5 minimum here. So yeah, I originally thought that the race between the drivers here, I thought the Dash for Cash, you were going to need to finish bare minimum top 5. I think you're going to need to win this race if you want to have the Dash for Cash. Now, Sammy Smith, Cole Custer could mess that plan up, but it looks like it should be a Dash for Cash guy winning this race. But here we go. Man, I don't know if that's my end on the Fox broadcast, but it is super choppy. Let me try restarting my app real quick, because I don't know why it's so choppy. But yeah, trying to get this thing back going before we get the green flag dropping. Alright, we'll see if that's any better. We got 22 laps here left in this race. 22 to go. So what can John Hunter Nemechek do here to try and hold off his teammate? Because so far his teammate has been absolutely nuts when it comes to running up inside his top 5, top 10. I mean, he has been making the most insane moves around the outside and then diving up the inside. I mean, it seems like there's been almost no plan to what Sammy Smith has been doing. He'll run high, and if he can't run high, he'll duck low and pass you there. Like, it really is just kind of a almost like a wild card there. Just kind of a pinball bouncing all around wherever he can gain momentum from. But here we go. getting ready for the choose. So I think you see the two Toyotas take the front row. I think if you're John Hunter Nemechek, you take this inside, you dive it. No, oh wait, no, that wasn't the choose. I thought they were doing the choose that time. But yeah, I think if you're Nemechek, you choose the inside here. Chandler's Sammy Smith takes whatever Nemechek doesn't. Because I think you plan on trying to you try and start alongside your teammate here. You're not doing the teammate restart where you let each other in line, but you start side by side to try and minimize the options for everybody else. Then Custer probably takes inside second row. From there, then you've got two Junior Motorsports teammates. They could potentially both take inside or both take outside to try and gain some momentum for their team. Although, again, they're both racing Dash for Cash, so will one of them dip out on the other? Oh, here we go. Talking with Sam Mayer. Oh, okay. So Sam Mayer seems to have a problem with a JGR driver. I just don't know what. I mean, I'd have to see a replay of the wreck again, but I don't see where a JGR driver was involved. I mean, he dove it in there, got loose, and took out an SHR driver. I mean, but yeah, okay, sounds like he is not happy, and I'm guessing it was with Truex because based on where they were running, he was the only JGR driver nearby. So I guess. Also, Sammy Smith chose the inside line behind John Hunter Nemechek there, and John Hunter Nemechek with a massive jump here on the restart. Wow. And Sammy Smith gets clear, and that's going to be 1-2 for Joe Gibbs Racing clear out in front. Now you got Cole Custer and Justin Allgaier there fighting it out for third. Now, the more these guys fight for third, fourth, and fifth on back, the more you're going to let those front two or three run away with it. So here we go. It's going to be a fun one here as we drop down to the end of this race. We got 17 to go here in this NASCAR Xfinity Series race. We have had no rain interference, which has been fantastic. But here we go. It's building to something really crazy here. So here we go. Cole Custer just kind of hanging on to the back of the number 18 Toyota here. 15 to go. It's pretty hard to imagine us going 15 laps out of yellow here. But I wouldn't say it's impossible. All right, Riley Herbst also released from the care center. Nice to hear that he's okay. Always kind of the one thing we're listening for after any sort of wreck is hearing that the drivers are cleared from the infield care center. These NASCAR cars, they are really safe, but obviously injuries can still happen. And Cole Custer makes a move on Sammy Smith there. And we got the 8 and the 7 still side by side for position here. So yeah, I mean, right now the 7 and the 8, they are killing each other's chance to try and win this race and the extra 100K that comes with the beating John Hunter and Nemechek for those two. But here we go. So Nemechek, Custer, Smith. Those are your top three. Let's see. So yeah, there's about half a second between Nemechek and Custer. So again, Nemechek can maybe relax just a touch, knowing that he's got a little bit of breathing room at least. So here we go. Did the 10 laps to go. John Hunter Nemechek had to have won a race already this year, right? I gotta double check this, but let's see. Wins. Yeah, Jonathan Nemechek has a win this year already, so yeah. I kind of assumed that he had a win. I just don't remember where he got it. So here we go. Let's say pretty good finish of the race we got brewing here. We got 10 laps to go here. Again, Barry and the other junior motorsports cars. I mean, this is kind of been a theme all year in the Xfinity series, but the junior motorsports cars can't seem to get out of each other's way here. Yeah, the truck race last night, the biggest problem with it was that you had so much rain and it was on and off and you really couldn't do much. And the worst part is that they promoted their rain tires, are really just which are more so damp racing tires than they are true rain tires. I think in the future I'd like to see them potentially experiment with actual rain racing on an oval, maybe, especially. Although I think any sort of adjustments like the rain tires should be purchased by Fox, since again, I think racing in the rain is mainly a Fox thing to try and keep us within our TV window. And then obviously you also had the issues with Carson Hocevar late in the race, where Carson Hocevar got into William Solovich. I think that's how you eventually I got the pronunciation down, and then you also had him going and getting into it with Taylor Gray as well late in the race, which was a mess, and he ultimately got a 2-lap penalty for that. I'd expect maybe even a further penalty later on in the week, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Here we go. Cole Custer and John Henry Nemechek. They are going to be the ones fighting it out for this race win here tonight. So here we go. We are getting ready for a exciting finish here. Again, can anyone catch John Hunter Nemechek here? Do we see a yellow? If we see a yellow, what does that change? I don't know if we will see a yellow, but if we do, what happens? What does that lead us to? But yeah, so right now though, I think right now John Hunter Nemechek's just hoping he can get back to this white flag. White flag this time for John Hunter Nemechek off of turn 4, and he will see the white flag. This race will end in regulation. This race will go exactly 250 laps, whether there's a yellow or not. John Hunter Nemechek, though, he has been mistake-free. He has led so many laps here tonight. And here we go. John Hunter Nemechek coming off of turn number 4. John Hunter Nemechek wins his second race of the NASCAR Xfinity Series season, and he will also win the Dash for Cash 100K bonus. So, second place ended up being... Wait, what? How did Sammy Smith get second? What? Can we get a replay? Fox, can we get a replay of that? How did Sammy Smith get by Custer? Sammy Smith second. Cole Custer third. Josh Berry got fourth. Second highest Dash for Cash driver. All right, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Replay. So Sammy Smith dives it in there. Oh, he just kind of got the... Okay, he kind of just hit the quarter panel on the 08, or not on the 08, on the 00 there, and just kind of knocked him up the track. Not my favorite move, but again, this late in the race, and again, Sammy Smith didn't hit him hard enough to wreck him. Just enough to move him off the bottom line. Again, it was I don't mind that move. I know some people might, especially where it's a Toyota driver moving. Whoa! What? The car is on fire! The burnout literally burned down the rear end of that truck. Get out of that thing, Nemechek. Is he gonna do a flaming burnout? He got that thing flaming, and he is gonna just go ahead and drive it. What on earth? is a victory celebration is that? You light your car on fire, and now you're gonna try and do a. Is he gonna do a burnout while on fire? Oh no, he's backing up to get to the people with hoses. Smart choice there for Nemechek, but man, that was funny. Oh man. So yeah, that was a fun finish. Gotta love a fiery finish there. Brandon Jones 5th, Justin Allgaier 6th. He was the third highest Dash for Cash driver. Daniel Hemrick 7th, 8th Derek Kraus, 9th Brett Moffitt, and 10th is Chandler Smith. Parker Retzloff finishes 11th. Ryan Truex finishes 12th. Blaine Perkins in the 02 finishes 13th. Jeb Burton 14th after a strong run today. Kaz Growler comes home 15th after not really mentioning him much at all. Same thing with Parker Kligerman, 16th. We didn't really mention him much. Austin Hill, he got off sequence in terms of strategy and never really seemed to have race-winning pace today. At least not after he got off sequence. Ryan Sieg, 18th. Josh Williams parks it in the 19th spot. Jeffrey Earnhardt rounds out the top 20. Sheldon Creed ends up 27th, which is unfortunate, but man, that was a pretty good finish though to a NASCAR Xfinity Series race. I believe your Dash for Cash drivers, assuming no craziness happens, should be John Hunter Nemechek, Sammy Smith, Cole Custer, and Josh Berry. Those should be your Dash for Cash guys going into next week. Yeah, the 44 hasn't done much for Earnhardt or anybody else who has driven the 44 car so far in any of the races that the 44 car for Alpha Prime has actually started. But the race went to John Hunter Nemechek, by the way, NASCAR fan, and he literally caught the car on fire and continued to drive it doing his victory celebration. So yeah, he burned it down here. So they're talking with Sammy Smith now, but I'm gonna hop off here for the night. Man, that was a fantastic race, though. I enjoyed it. Hopefully, you guys did too. I will be back tomorrow with the NOCO 400 for the Cup Series. Remember, green flag flies a little early, so I will be live about 2:45 here. Green flag for the Cup Series should be flying right around 3:00. So be ready. It will be a little earlier than we originally thought. So you're gonna want to be ready. And okay, we got the official list, and yep, Cole Custer, Barry, Sammy Smith, and John Hunter Nemechek are your Dash for Cash guys for Talladega. So, yep. So those are going to be your 4 Dash for Cash guys next week. What, NASCAR fan? What are you wondering about? Because, whoa, there was a lot of contact on that last lap in the mid-teens. Oh, and that's what happened to Sheldon Creed. He got spun on the last lap. Okay, that makes sense as to why he was so far back. But yeah, NASCAR fan, what were you saying? You said, wait, what? What? I want to make sure I answer a question if you have one. Because I think due to inclement weather is why they moved up the start of the Cup Series race. Let me see what the weather is looking like in Martinsville in the next kind of little bit. Yeah, it looks like a 30% chance of rain, especially as we get closer to the nighttime, but I don't actually see any rain in the forecast for the afternoon. I think it's more precautionary, but yeah, they moved up the start time from about 3:15 to 3:00. So I will be starting my stream a little early, but yep, that's pretty much everything here from Martinsville. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you guys are new so you guys never miss a live stream. I will be back tomorrow, and next week I will be doing the 2 Talladega races. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video, live stream, or whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye!